And when you tell them, what we going to spin nickel? Spin nickel? Why not bring me big chef? Why not bring me down Jake now for super, right? Because they assume that that is their worth.
A man coming and pick you up? Yes. No thanks. Why you should come? I let me tell you, 1 + 1 is 2 and 3 is too much for me. You tell us, can't go in there, but then a friend like, tell you that I'm not good. Then next thing you know, I see you do on a 2 minutes something back. And I say, what? Boy, they say women are doing it as big money.
Grown Folks Only Podcast.
Hello, welcome to Grown Folks Only Podcast. I am Carol.
I'm Gilma.
Femi.
And I am not an influencer.
So today's topic, we will be discussing, should we split the bill? Some people say it's a yes or no. Some people say it's a gray area. But we'll share our opinions, and you can also use this to share your opinions. So I'll start with Jason. What do you think?
Ladies first.
Ladies first? Come on.
It depends on, I guess, who. If the man asks the woman to go out, then he should pay. If the woman asks the man to go out, she should pay. I guess depending on
Who asked
the dynamics of the situation. Sometimes it could be that they do separate the bill and split it half-half.
I'd rather bring up that dynamic because my whole life I've been working with women and they insist that I should pay. But if we're not splitting the bills and you're not splitting your cheeks, then what are we doing? We just working with each other, or we're not in any romantic relationship. Why should I not split the bill with you?
Well, honestly speaking, if it's that kind of dynamic, then yeah, they'll have to split. But if it's not that dynamic and they're going out, someone invited me out. If they invite me out, they have to pay. If I invite you out and I say, well, hey, let's go somewhere. Let's go to dinner, wherever. I invited you out, so I have zero problems with paying. However, I was told that this is not customary for females to feel that way.
You all know me already. I look at things very differently. I think it also has to do with all the points you say. But this is, society's changing. And we're looking at modern day where women are moving away from, I hate to say it, but looking at things professionally. And they figure if this man is trying to get at me, they're going to milk him for as much money as they can. Because if I invite you out, some women, you invite them out. And where you want to bring them to, like, why you want to bring me there? You understand? That's what I'm worth. All the different things that you can look at. So I think splitting the bill has to do with the dynamic between the two people. And if you're a guy, you know you only hunting, you know you want a piece, you'll pay the bill because you're trying to be the gentleman, you're trying to play the role, you're trying to do whatever you have to do just to get them cheeks. But if you're trying to cut a woman generally and you see every time it's just, she wants you to pay, she wants you to pay, she wants you to pay, and you're not getting any benefit from it. Men, like always, have got the shot into the stick and dating, you know? But again, that's my opinion.
So can I ask you a question? What would you define as a benefit for me?
A relationship, sex, reciprocating emotions, these sort of things. You know, it's the dynamic is very funny. Where you notice on social media these days, you have the majority of women talking about, if you can't pay my bills, you can't do my hair, you can't do my nails, you're not even worth my time dating. That's not even getting down to knocking cheeks. That's just me being in your presence, which I find is crazy. You know?
The question I'm going to ask is, doesn't that also depend on the quality of woman that you are interacting with?
Facts.
So why
And
to be rich to date a broke woman?
Exactly, because I was just coming to that point. If she can't do it for herself and it's other people funds in her lifestyle, the lifestyle that she wants, how is that fair for you to ask the man or make the men that you want to date or date you pay for stuff.
So
Like, I find that so unfair.
So then the question really is, can you blame that particular type of woman for being that expression of herself? Or do you blame yourself for constantly interacting with the same type of woman all of the time? Doesn't that then mean that you should shift from dating that type of woman? Because if you keep having that same level of experience over and over, are the women the problem? Or does it mean that now you need to shift from where you are to not have continuous level of experience?
I think it has to do both ways. The men, what women would consider the dogs or the players, are constantly spoiled the men by splurging on them when women were not looking at they were not looking at what I can get from him. He's like, oh, he's cute, he wants me. Yeah, babe, I'll buy this for you, I'll do this for you, do that. He's playing the role, you get what he wants, and then he slides. He's gonna go spoil another woman. But then women
She's now
caught on,
accustomed to that.
and then women are like, okay. So unfortunately, they vibrate in picking up those gift of gab men and those, they can portray a different mask and whatnot. And it has tainted a lot of the feminine energy around. And women are now, could be good women, but because they are fearful of being played, because they're fearful of flowing in their feminine, they're like, I tell you what, I'm gonna get everything I can get out of these guys, because in her mind, she's already said, who's gonna play me? And sadly, he might be the one that will be her forever. And she doesn't even see it because her mind is not even focusing.
Okay, so can I interject? I'm looking for a situation on this. So imagine I'm working with you, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're going on a work trip, or after we finish some job, we say, well, let's just go and have a drink. And imagine the woman watching and expecting you to pay for everything. Is that fair in that situation?
No, but isn't there a code? Like, I'm sorry, but I find it so weird. Isn't there a code that when you go out as co-workers or a group of friends or whatever, isn't there a code where you actually, like, each person buy a round of drinks or something, so it's not like all on one person? Even if it's just the two of you, like, I buy one round, you buy a next round type thing? Like, that constitutes the split in the bill, essentially.
First code, if it's just the two of you, that's already a different dynamic, because sometimes in her mind, it's switched to watching.
Yeah, but have you been professional the whole time?
Exactly. So if you've been professional, you can just let the guy, but you're not sure the guy interested in you. Would you watch him and say, I think you should buy drinks for me, because you never buy drinks?
No.
Imagine a woman trying that on me.
This is where language and communication come in. Because if you look at your coworker and you say, hey, let's go have a drink, she would automatically receive it as, you are taking me for a drink. So that means you are paying.
But in his instance,
if you ask her, hey, what do you want to do? And I'm like, what do you feel like doing? Whatever. If you all agree, you all are going for drinks. That's a different dynamic, eh? Because you can then say, well, hey, we decided to go for drinks, so we can split the bill. Again, it goes to communication and understanding.
True. And also it depends on the type of work relationship that the two of you had prior to leading up to that experience of you're going out to.
If you that part. I didn't say the way I never push no speed. I'll tell you exactly what happened. Another guy was supposed to take her out, and she was like, you want to come in first for drinks? I was like, a man coming and pick you up? Yes, no thanks. Why you should come? I said, let me tell you, 1 + 1 is 2 and 3 is too much for me. So then, long story short, the guy never showed up. He turned to me now, you never bought me drinks the last time. I said, what? But you know, that's like a work trip, right? I'm more thinking it's like a safety thing. You have to go out and get food. You go and get something to eat. Why would I even consider splitting the bill with you? Like, you have your mind to spend. I have my mind to spend. We just working. I never, try and slide in the fig pass what we was doing as co-workers.
Yes, but she had already said that you have never bought drinks for me.
So wait,
I
wait, what
But she said that. She said, you never bought drinks for me. So she already told you. She already told you
What time it was?
what time it was. She already told you.
you're saying that she was looking for a sucker.
Yes, yes. or she's
She didn't
used
get
to.
one, so you were the next sucker on the
Yeah, or she's used to. So my next question was, why I have to buy you drinks and I don't want to drink, and you want to drink? I say that's not how it works. You wait for the person to offer you a drink, or you and the person, you offer the person a drink, or you buy your own drink. You don't tell the person you never buy the drinks before.
So I have a question to that though. Have you bought other co-workers drinks before? For her to be able to say that.
Yes, many times.
But it was a different scenario. Or she wasn't there.
Go out and I feel like I have too much money to spend. I'll buy everybody. If like, and then she would ask me, when I ever heard a woman buying men drinks, I said just last week. Somebody I was in a long while, I took them out, and I said, okay, we want to talk and drink. I'll get it started. I'll just get them the first two drinks. She was like, no. I'll get it. One nice guy, it's one of the purpose. Like, what? You are buying the drinks, and that was not a problem for her. Why you wanting to drink? And the funny thing is, the other one doesn't even drink. Why you not want to drink?
Don't want to buy your own
I have
drinks.
to buy you a drink. What is the problem?
Now you all focus really so much on the drinking part.
I'm talking about drinks, but I'm not talking about drinks.
But I think the real question about splitting the bill, right, is much broader than that. So let's take it on a broader spectrum in terms of what it really means to split the bill, right? From a dating perspective, or even in a relationship, what that concept actually really means. What does that really mean?
In a relationship, if you know you're secure, traditionally the man will take care of the household. But in modern society, unless you're really wealthy or you're really well off, it's a two-person thing. So sometimes maybe she makes more than you, or you make more than her. And if you have to come to some equilibrium to understand, all right, so you handle this, you handle that, I'll handle this, I'll handle that, we handle groceries together, we pay bills together, whatever it might be, and get it done. But there are women, and there are men, there are women who believe that the man they're with should take care of everything. In the sense of not to say she's loose or whatever, that's her man, they're together, you pay all the bills. And there are men who believe that too, that, oh, woman should not want for nothing. And I will do everything in my power to make sure she's good, take care of her. But like I said, it all boils down to being secure in a relationship and understanding that I can play this role, I can operate on this frequency and not be afraid of being taken for, like you said, a sucker or a chump or whatever, something like that.
Really, so what's your view on that?
Like I said, it all depends on the dynamic of the situation. If you're in a relationship with somebody, it depends on what phase of that relationship is. If the two of you are just starting to date and you're going out, if the man asks you to go out, he should pay. And if he can't, have a discussion about it. Not when you get to the point where you'll finish eating and then you're trying to scramble, figure out, or watching each other trying to figure out who's going to pay this bill. So
I would agree with you on that. If I ask you out, it is implied that I pay. But these days you have some aggressive women that want to tell you, you're taking me out and you pay.
Yes, because maybe they've had experiences before where a man has asked them out and they end up paying.
Oh, they forgot their wallet. Because that's happened to me before. I've been asked out, and when we finished eating, they only ordered drinks. They said they wasn't hungry. When I finished eating and everything, mind you, they asked me to go out. When we finished eating and everything, they were like, oh, no. Nah. I don't do that.
So there's average, there's normal, and there's exorbitant, right? So let's use chicken wings as a scale, right? But normal woman would eat, let's say 6 chicken wings.
As in, you mean the chicken wings cut in half?
With his 20 chicken wings. So as a man, you'd be like, that's what they like. I don't think about 20 chicken wings. I invite you to go out to, spend some time with you. You understand? How the hell, if I have a budget,
No, but if you have a budget,
on my credit card, what I know, the normal woman will eat 8 chicken wings.
but if you on a budget, let people know what's the vibe though.
Exactly.
Don't invite people out on a pretense.
Okay.
And then tell me, oh, it's okay to pick whatever you want on the menu, because I did ask, like, is there a limit? You understand? Like, I was concerned. I know I have my vex money to pay for whatever it is I eating for. So
No, ladies.
So let's take that frame right then. Your vex money. Let's take the concept of the vex money. Right? So if you know in your pocket you only have $100, you only have $100.
yeah,
That means if worst case scenario, this guy tells you I'm going to the bathroom, he doesn't show up.
right,
Right?
right.
Do you believe that when you're eating, you have to control it to the point whereby you know that
Just in
if
case.
Just in case.
he skips on me, I could cover my ass.
Can I say something?
Indirectly, yeah. Because you never want to get caught in a position where you can't pay for your bill or you have to wash dishes because you don't eat the food and the man disappear.
But then you have men coming, right? And racking up a $300 bill,
Yeah.
$400 bill.
Well, first of all, don't hang your hat where you can't reach. If you know that you can't afford over a certain limit in that particular restaurant or place, don't carry the person there.
Restaurant that you know the bill will
Thank
go up
you.
to that amount, because you know some people, some women.
Thank you.
when
Go
they
somewhere
see the
where that's
menu, they
in your
go
budget.
order.
That's how we impressing us.
Y'all
Impressed with the
y'all missing a lot of factors there.
impressed.
There are women that when you tell them, hey, let's go out, and when you tell them, what we going Spinnakers? Why not bring me Big Chef? Why not bring me down Jake Mountain Super, right? Because they assume that that is their worth. Now, I don't mean it anyway, but if you are on a first date or first known basis, there should be levels too.
Chef, what's your focus with the story?
Right, I'm saying I would bring you Spinnakers, I'll bring you somewhere. And to me as a man, if I see a young lady I'm courting, I'm like, hey, I like to take you out for, where you going to take me? Oh, we'll go Cafe Ole or one of the places there. Then you taking me? Immediately I'm like, all right, sorry, have a good day.
Exactly.
I'm gone because your
Exactly.
mentality already, I go to milk this month, right? And worst thing is you go out to Big Chef and they look on the menu and they want to pick the most expensive item because they have never had that before in their life. So they want to take the advantage of wetting their palate. No, I don't know you.
So that's what I would
You understand? But then, hold on. But then, and I would be as crude as normal. Then I spend all that money and you figure maybe I spend $2,000 on you. And you give me, and your pussy is trash. I've invested bad money. So, I can't report that because
You can't
I spend money on you and I fuck you already and I'm down twice. So, what do you do?
But here's what I would say. Number one, you said they think that's what they worth. What you worth is what in your bank account. Even not in your bank account, you're not worth that. So to come and tell me you want $5,000 thing and you have $20 in your
But
bank
in your account.
It is her account. That's right. You think
Yeah,
you
it's
worth
gonna get
that?
from you.
No, she thinks she worth that. Checking your bank account to see what they worth and then buy up what they do that. Don't expect somebody to top you up like that. Number one. Number two, the first date, I like that situation where you bring them out and you will see what they would choose if they had a choice. It will show two things: consideration for themselves and consideration for the person.
Facts.
If I know, and not just for women, for men too, but I see men do it now. We in a group, man asks you what you drinking, and you go and take all kind of things you never touch in your life. When you buy in your normal round, I don't want to let me feel again, even if it's not me, you do that. I take you out, I bring you there, I know I take you in that little bowl, I bring you to this nice little restaurant, it's not good enough for you, I bring you back at your home. Stay at my home, I don't have no problem with that.
Go on your business.
Go on my business.
That's why the first day I'll be like, come away there. And then
Amen.
to show impress you from there, then you build up to more expensive.
And then the other thing is, if I bring you to Big Chef on the first date, what I living for the anniversary, and for me actually accomplish something.
Exactly.
Like, nothing yet, and you've done what your bonus salary.
You set a pattern there.
You can't set a precedent you're not willing to maintain. You can't do that.
Actually, most times, when people enter the dating phase, that's when they are perfected. You know, you go out the extra mile, you do the great things, and you know at the end of the day, it's only to impress. And then when the reality hits and sets in, what you did in the beginning, you can't sustain.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
So at the end of the day, while we want to blame, and I do agree that women have to bear the burden on being in control, but we have to be realistic about who we are as men and how we could, you know?
Exactly.
So if you're a girl, if you know your pocket is pretty well, huh? You know? You can't, and you can't do the big shit. Go Richie Wells. Well, Richie Wells expensive too. But yeah.
I was just about to say ritual still have a price.
Buy what you want.
If I don't want to do it
Yeah, but yeah, generally.
What's going on?
first. You know, my difference, but
that was a bold.
There's a combination. Eh? Multiple stocks.
we did Domino's, taco shack, we in the country.
I did a food truck stop thing.
I like that. That's actually kind of cool.
Why cannot be boy?
I call it
No, I
Just in case money.
it's not really vex money. It's more like emergency fund. If an event, you know, but I call it vex money because you never know when the person who you're around might chip off.
overshoot our budget. Sometimes we want to do something and we end up going so much, which is even more pricey than what we budget. I should say what he budget for. But then again, I'm not going to not do it because it doesn't have it. If I have it, we know it.
Exactly.
So it's supposed to be happy money, fun money, let's make it happen money, not why in case that person get me back. Because if you end it with that in your mind, right?
No, but that's not how we're entering it with that in our mind.
Right now, you're taking a lot of airtime that you have to come to.
Your situation to where your person, your date turns out to be uncovered, is coming on too strong, you're not comfortable, it makes you uncomfortable. Would you stay as a woman?
No. But even in the instance of him as a man and a woman is being creepy and too pushy and trying to sexualize the whole scenario, like
I kind of walk out on women already. I remember a time I went to a spot and the woman just was so skimpy. They tell us, you can't go in there, you know. And then a friend like, you see, I tell you that I'm not good. Then next thing you know, I see the girl on 2 minutes having back. And I say, what? Boy, they say women now you get it as big money. Then next thing you know, I think you'll roll up, boy. You have a joint smoke. I say, hey, what next?
There was about to put down you there for the time.
That is that in the world. Boy, I did that too. I was stubborn on the wall. I was stubborn just I tell my partner, boy, you said I'm just going to the bathroom. Good. How you want to do that? I think I cheat. You could say that in the review one day, but I go.
They was about to put something on you there for the night.
I was 20 years old.
Alright, so
How long would you try to do?
Can you give me that G? That's yourself.
so when you I'll be looking to wind on 5 minutes, yeah, right?
yeah.
Let's bring our thoughts together, the whole concept of splitting the bill. In all manner of what it actually means, from dating perspective, from male-female perspective. What does it really mean to split the bill? Let's start with you, Nadia.
It can mean different things to split the bill. I don't know what a man's perspective would be on this, but from a woman's standpoint, if I'm out with a man and the bill comes and we split the bill, it to me shows that we are in this together kind of dynamic. Yeah.
I stick to it being a gray area. It all depends on the dynamic of the approach, the people, anything. Because sometimes it's fine to split the bill. Other times the man can take on the mantle. And like we've said, we've met some females who are very independent and they're like, hey, they ask him out. Or even if he asks her out and he's like, well, let's go here. And she's like, no, I don't want to go. He's like, well, that's what my budget is. She's like, you know what? We'll go out. I'll take you. Let's go here. I'll take care of it. It all depends.
For me, it really just depends on the dynamic of the people that I'm going out with. If it's a relationship type thing, then, or like a first date type scenario, or we just dating. In the beginning, obviously, I have zero problems with splitting the bill. Whoever asks who out, I would expect the person, whoever asks me out, would pay for what it is that we went out for. If I ask them out, I expect to pay. Because I was the one who initiated, oh, well, let's go here, let's go there. In terms of splitting the bill on like amongst friends and stuff, I've had friendship groups where some friends would just leave their wallet home or they order how much different things, and when it's their turn to pay, all of a sudden they don't have enough funds to pay and you still have to end up chipping in. So like, I in a friend group setting, I have zero problems with splitting the bill because I think that's fair. I don't think I should have to be compensating for other people. If you know you don't have the funds to go out, why did you say yes? Why did you go? Or be upfront about your spending and how much money you're willing to spend so people know what time it is when we go out.
Right.
And if somebody say, yeah, I'm going to cover you, then you'd be like, all right, cool. You covering me? Let's drink. But just because I said I'm covering you does not mean that you go overboard either. And that's something that a lot of people tend to have a problem with. They like to milk whatever relationship it is, whether it's a friendship, a man and woman relationship, or a romantic relationship, anything. They just like to milk it. So that's my take on splitting the bill.
Let me take off my glasses. if I take in the lady out, I take in the lady out. But if it's a casual pick-up random setting, we should be sharing the bill, especially the longer the relationship goes. It has to balance off a little better than I spend all my money. Because if we're spending money on drinks, what money we have to buy the house? If it's me alone spending the money on drinks, you just showing me that you have the consideration for anything I do besides taking care of you. And it'll reach a point where I might not be able to get something for you, and then you tell me, okay, I have to go and get it. And I see they do some fellas out there. So depends on the situation, split the bill. If it's just friends, if you don't want, you work in them days, you have your money saved, you don't want to take advantage of you always say man wants sex alone, well give a little more than sex, sometimes that's about splitting the bill and checking for yourself.
So, thank you for joining us at Grown Folks Talk this evening. I hope you enjoyed our conversation. We'll be coming to you with more episodes very soon.
Hey. Grown Folks Only Podcast.